Hi, welcome back. My name's Jolene, and it's been a minute since I've recorded a long form video. I guess that's what you call it. Um, yeah, I just wanted to pop on because it has been a while and it's my anniversary. Uh, on this day, we have it's December 13th, and this year is 2025. So I'm documenting this for myself mostly because I am a selfish person, but sober for 6 years. And I I was thinking about it a few months ago. I'm like, oh, it's coming up, but it's not. You have to just go one day at a time. So I just was like, I'm going to do it. I trust myself that I'll be able to do it, but I have to be mindful every day. And just making that like, oh no, tomorrow's the day. So that was me last night. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be, and then I was like, I put the calculator up because I was like, is it 6 years? And then I'm like, is it only 6 years? And then wow, 6 years is a long time. And what I've gone through and what I've done, and just a testament to it's better sober for me. And yeah, because I'm not like, well, the other day, for instance, I had some fears pop in and I was like, oh, and I was like, oh no, that's coming in. So then I was able to use the process of the 12 steps that have helped me before, and also reaching out and talking about it, realizing it, and telling myself it's okay not to, uh, not to be okay all the time, but and to feel my feeling, it's okay to do that instead of squashing them or avoiding them. Even though I do, like I'm scrolling constantly. Um, I know they call it doom scrolling. Yeah, I don't like to call it that, but I'm looking out the window right now. There's snow and there's all kinds of little little birds and anyway, ADHD coming in. I just wanted to say I love you. And yeah, I was organizing some of my stuff because I've been writing. I'm actually writing an astrology calendar for 2026 with my daughter. Um, and it'll be in the description. Conscious Seed Apotheca. She has an herbal company, very ethical herbal company, but she also is an astrologer as well as I am. And we've been working together. And we like just going back around like why sobriety has been so good for me is because my oldest daughter and I have always had this difficulty where, like, I mean, when you have difficulty with your kids, right? If you've ever had that, and you're like, I just want them to know how much I love them. Or, when they start saying stuff like, oh, do you remember when you did this to me? And if you get like, oh, but can't you just stop? And, we had that a lot. And then we would end up crying or not talking. Then there would be a problem for a long time. So with the sobriety, though, little by little, she's starting to trust, and I as well. Myself, I'm trusting myself that I can emotionally regulate without trying to be silly or smoking something or drinking something or avoiding you know and by getting into a bad relationship or working and hiding. Even though I do hide quite a bit, I'm in my house a lot, and but I do anyway. I'm just really grateful because we're able to work together. And there's times because we don't spend that much time personally together. Um, like we have a lot of histrionic kind of things, episodes that will come up, but it's the way that I'm able to kind of just sit with that and watch it and be grateful that I don't do that anymore. But I see that it can pop up again, like being triggered or, like feeling hurt or lonely or unloved, like I want to know that I am loved and it's okay. And it's my responsibility to be the wise parent, wiser for the wiser for knowing or not. Maybe I'm not. And that's okay too. But anyhow, I don't know. I have so many notes, right? But people pleasing was one of the things I know that my sister and I we were talking about. And we want to please and we want to be there for our kids, but we also have grown up in traumatic situations and not getting our needs met, right? And we're not going to get those needs met by our kids, even though we imagined we could. Maybe we will, but it's not about that. Sobriety is not about that. It's about just being there for yourself and being able to notice that it's better today. It's good today. And I can do things and grateful that it's my 6th-year anniversary. So I wrote this one note. It says people pleasing often deal with low self-esteem and draw their self-worth from approval of others. I'm only worthy of love if I give everything to someone else is a common belief associated with people pleasing. Can you relate to that? Yeah, I had my whole second marriage like that. I was like, oh, if I just give everything, God, the universe will reward me. No, it doesn't work that way because usually you end up attracting um, people who smell that on you, right? Yeah, that's yeah. So it's selfish people pleasing. It's a selfish thing because you're keeping your truth, your love and light. The people pleasers often sabotage their goals, engaging in self-destructive behaviors. Yes, by not um, noticing the red flags early enough and saying, this isn't okay for me, and I'm just going to trust that, or not even being in a situation like that because you, anyway, but again, so what else did I write? I didn't edit this, of course. So it says the first impulse is to apologize. So this way you don't want to rock the boat, right? Because you're used to being punished uh, for asking for what you need. Or maybe you don't know what you need and you're just unregulated. And yeah. So, but of course, we have to take responsibility for our actions as adults. And that's the goal. That's how sobriety works for me. All right. So, um, see, codependency, anxiousness evolves as well as a way to maintain connection and closeness with parents who are inconsistently available to their children. And then I wrote down fawn. So response to avoid conflict. Oh, I'm sorry. How are you? Can I get you anything? To avoid conflict. Sometimes that saves your life. If you're in an abusive relationship, it'll save your life. But, you know, not giving that an excuse, but I'm not saying like we're working towards being in a healthy relationship, right? Healthy for your life to be happy. Like the goal is happiness, joy, not crying, not worrying about the future or morbidly regretting the past, right? Being here in the moment, saying, I am so happy I'm here. I'm able to actually notice things and be grateful in this moment. I have a heated pad on my seat. It's, turn it on. I love it. That was a gift from one of my sisters. And I'm sitting on it and I'm grateful that I'm able to do that. Like, yeah. And even though it's in the late afternoon, I'm going to continue with the day. I'm gonna make some pumpkin banana bread or something because I don't like anything wasted in my kitchen. So I have some very ripe bananas and some pumpkin that I made from scratch. Um, and yeah, I love to cook. Where before, yeah, I mean, I love to cook. I wanted to always be able to do that. So throughout my life, though there were problems in that particular, I had a marriage where I was married to a um, one very good chef. So I learned a lot there. So that's the good part of it. So I'm grateful for that. So saving others, I'm going to continue reading my notes. Saving others, feeling you must, regardless of your own needs, helping others when unable to manage uh, your own struggles, to avoid having to deal with yourself. You overextend your help to others, which I mean, it's not a bad thing to be helpful because it probably feels really good. It's a relief, right? It relieves some of that, that feeling of like uselessness when you're in the midst of your addictions. And it's not just the addictions, it's about the thinking. It's how we think. And we're working with shifting distorted thinking to conscious thinking that is helpful to our lives and the lives of the people that we're responsible for, like our children or our parents, our aging parents, or maybe you have coworkers or other people that you've involved your life in. Like I have a little shop within a shop that I post quite a bit. Um, I I sell my artwork as well as vintage clothing and items, jewelry and things like that. So yeah, I want to show up for that shop too. I have to show up and make sure that I clean it up and price it right and advertise it, display it on social media. Oh, it's too hot. Lower the heat. Okay. 110 is too hot for this moment. Anyway, so anyhow, yeah. Um, so stop helping only when your kindness can hurt people. Like if you're helping so much that uh, like the feeling is gotten by the others of like they don't trust me, or um, like if you're helping and you're like, oh, what, how could you live with your windows that dirty? Oh, let me clean your windows for you. Or oh, like I think I'm helping you by mentioning something that I don't think you obviously see, that I can't stand as the dirty windows or the, oh, like, yeah, that maybe just one example. But when you live in a family like that, we're all kind of codependent on each other, still trying to get validation and to show that we have brains in our head, and or like all the people in the family, like the, yeah. So it gets a little mixed up. So it's good to take some time and read or watch this, watch a video like this, or just take a walk, clear your head, pray. God grant us serenity to accept things we can't change, to have courage to change the things we can, and wisdom to know the difference. The third step prayer, also, I'm going to say, because it's a prayer that I taught myself when I was living in Florida. I was walking on the beach, and I'm like, I need to know this prayer in my head because I have so many thoughts flooding into my head that are, oh no, I wish or I was never, or, like all these doomy and gloomy thoughts. And I was taught, and I'm grateful of it, that you have to replace those thoughts because there's that space in there. You can't just say, oh, I have to stop thinking that. Because that's again something that's you're giving yourself a hard time about. So you're like, so just instead of saying I need to replace it, just say, okay, if you think I'm gonna, like a thought, you have a prayer or something else to shove in there. Like it's kind of like there's no room for anything else. So here we go. God grant. Oh, that's the serenity prayer, of course. So I start with God grant us serenity to accept things we can't change, courage to change the things we can, and wisdom to know the difference. We pray for God's will for that. Not, you may not be able to see how that's going to work, and that's okay. That's a good thing to allow the universe to help you with, right? And the third step prayer is, let's go. God, I offer myself to thee. Build with me and do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondages of self, so that I may better do thy will. Yeah, so that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, so that victory over them bear witness to those I would help, including myself. With thy power, love, and way of life, may I do thy will always. Amen. Yes, it's a good one. Anyhow, happy anniversary to me. And that's probably going to be it. Because, yeah, my random act of kindness to myself is sharing this with you. And that's it for now. Yeah, just I'm planning on coming back a little bit. Little by little, we'll see how it goes. I've been painting a lot. Maybe I'll give you here. I don't know if you'll be able to see outside the birds. Oh yeah, you can see lots of birds flitting around. I put like little things out there for them, like bits of food, right? So, and even how about look at me, I'm 6 years sober, and my messy sofa that we work here in my studio in my kitchen. Yeah. Oh, I'm growing some saffron bulbs. I wasn't going to plant them until like spring outside, but they were growing out of the box that I bought them out of there. Bought these bulbs of saffron, and it was a romantic idea because one of the things that I love to do, like I said, is cook. And there's a good memory of the past where we would have saffron rice. So I thought, oh, when I saw this, I was like, okay, so I'll buy, I think I bought 30 bulbs and they came in a little box like this. And I kept them for a while. And then all of a sudden, out of the box came these sprouts. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to distribute because the plan was to um, send some to each one of my kids. That my two older ones, of course, and to give some to my mother. And so yeah, where I'll post one of the shorts like how much they're growing. I don't know like if I can regrow them from the bulbs. I'm learning every day about that, but oh gosh. Anyhow, love you. So, all right.